Hello, Flosstube friends. This is Tina Fraser coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. Today is Thursday, August 29th at approximately 9:20 p.m., give or take. And I'm coming to you today with a Flosstube update for the month of August and also some immediate weekend plans that I have coming up this weekend, starting tomorrow actually. And I'm going to show you just some stitchy updates pretty much for the month of August and talk about a little bit of plans for September. So if you're new to my channel, this is my Flosstube or my YouTube channel where I talk mostly about cross stitch, but also about some other crafts and whatnot that I am involved in. Some hobbies that I have other than crafting, including ghost hunting, and also just some life updates in general. So hopefully you'll grab something to drink, you'll grab some stitching, you'll grab something to do while you sit and watch or listen, and hopefully you'll be enabled to start a new hobby or to purchase some things or just to get a little enjoyment out of somebody else's craftiness. So welcome to my channel. If you're a returning watcher, thank you very much for stopping by. I always like to spend time with friends, and you're no different. All you new watchers, thank you for stopping by. You're now part of my friend circle. So welcome to the community. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. You're a good friend, and I always love to spend time with friends here on my channel, and hopefully you'll get some enjoyment out of this as well. So thank you very much for stopping in tonight. Hope you'll give this a listen and a watch and get some inspiration about what I'm going to talk to you about. I don't have notes for this video because I'm trying to get this video uploaded to YouTube tonight, so I'm not going to edit it. It's gonna come to you kind of raw, and if I mess up, I mess up, and if I make mistakes, I make mistakes, but it's coming to you tonight kind of raw because I'm just gonna directly upload this from my tablet. I am sitting again in my crafting room. I have decided tonight that I wasn't gonna lug everything downstairs where I normally film, sitting at my desk, just because I just didn't want to have to do that. Mainly because this weekend, Mom and I are heading up to Berlin, Ohio, which is up in Ohio Amish country, for the Camp Gotta Stitch stitching retreat that is hosted by our local needlework shop here in Columbus. Cross my heart. Every year for the last 25 or 30 years, they've been putting on a retreat weekend up in Amish country, and this happens to be the weekend that they chose for this year. It's been bouncing around for the last couple of years. Last year it was in June. I was able to go to that. I wasn't originally going to go because it was originally the same weekend as our board game convention, but there was a little snafu with the hotel and everything, so they were able to make arrangements to adjust the weekend so we could go last year. This year is, we managed to pull the funds together, so Mom and I are taking the retreat weekend this weekend on Labor Day weekend and going up to Berlin, Ohio. So we are attending Camp Gotta Stitch. That is what Mom and I are doing, so I am kind of half in the process of finishing up my packing. I think I got most of my clothing done. I got a lot of snacks and stuff that we're going to take done. The only thing I don't really have ready for you or ready to go necessarily is my stitching. So I have a bag of some projects here. You can see some project bags and stuff in there. I'm not sure that I'm even going to take those projects. I'm not sure what I'm going to work on, but I do know for WhipGo, I know what the the numbers are for the month of September. I may take one of those and just work on those this weekend since it's close enough to September. I don't really know what I want to stitch this weekend, so yeah, it's up in the air. So tonight, after I get done with this video and the video is uploading, I'm going to be packing for camp. We leave in the morning, and I'm hoping to do some videos throughout the weekend, kind of showing you camp. So hopefully on Sunday or Monday, you will be seeing another video upload from me about Camp Gotta Stitch 2024. So that's exciting. So tonight's video is going to be a little bit about the updates. It's all about cross stitch tonight and some things that I've been preparing. As if you've been watching any of my more recent videos, you know that I've been using melty beads, also known as perler beads, to make some needle minders and stuff like that for cross stitch. And I kind of have a new thing. I don't remember if I showed you this one thing that I'm excited about last time, but if I have, great. If I have not, then you'll see it here tonight. But I'm hoping to take some of these with me this weekend in case anybody at camp wants to purchase them. So that's kind of exciting. Hopefully this weekend too, I will also be uploading a quick diamond painting video, because on Sunday, September 1st, the Drills and Chills Facebook event for diamond painting starts, and it goes until October 31st. So I will be probably doing another video to talk about that, and to also show some 3D printed things that I have printed for diamond painting. It's kind of exciting. We got a 3D printer about a month and a half ago or so, and we've kind of been printing some things off here and there. So anyway, I will get into the stitching. So for August, bear with me just a minute. I have to locate my stitching sheets. There it is. It's buried clear over here. Come here. So this is my stitch tracker that I keep next to my stitching thing. I don't know if the video is gonna reverse this for you or not, but to me in this video it looks backwards. Hopefully it'll reverse it for you. I'm not sure it will or not. So if this is backwards, I apologize. But anyway, this is my stitching sheet, and as you can see here, the last 2 weeks have dashes in them. I haven't stitched at all since Sunday, the 18th of August. So I have had no stitching. I'm kind of looking forward to this weekend to get loads of stitching, more stitching in this weekend. But yeah, I've lost kind of the stitchy bug a little bit. Plus, I've been trying to get some other stuff completed, as you'll see. So I haven't been, and I've also been diamond painting, because I've been trying to get this diamond painting done before Drills and Chills starts, so I don't have gobs and gobs and gobs of diamond painting up for, or in process, so to speak. But anyway, so this is my little tracker sheet that I have going on. So I'm really, really hoping to get some stitching done. The WIPGO numbers, WIPGO, here is my WIPGO board. The two new squares are number 4 up here, which is Stitch a Project from a magazine. And then the other one over here is square number 11, which is a project not stitched in 2023. You can see I actually have stuff in there. So for the Stitch a Project from a magazine, I'm actually going to be working on Bewitching Owl. That is from, I want to say it's a Just Cross Stitch magazine. I don't have it out, but the other one that I'm going to be stitching on is Jackalopian Tapestry. This was one I started a couple years ago. Is this it? Yes. This is a Lindy Stitches pattern, I think. So yes, this is a Lindy Stitches pattern. This is the Jackalopian Tapestry. Sorry about the glare. This is a September piece, so I'm probably potentially going to be taking it up to camp. This is all I have stitched on it. This is the upper border. And I am using the Called 4 Weeks Dye Works floss and the Dinky Dyes floss for this. And I am stitching this one on a piece of 40 count Newcastle vintage mocha linen. So this is 40 count vintage mocha linen. Oops, it's this way. It's upside down. So that is the top, top border of the Jackalopian Tapestry. So this is going to be WIPGO for September, one of the WIPGO ones. The other one I don't have out, but I think this is one of the ones I'm going to be taking to camp with me. So I am using the Called 4 flosses for this, the Weeks Dye Works flosses. And it's stitched on 40 count 1/2 full cross. So that is Jackalopian tapestry. That is for September. For August, the August calls were a project close to a finish, square number 12, and spin the decision roulette wheel to determine your project. So in my last video, I spun decision roulette wheel, and I came up with Princess and the Pea, which I have not worked on, and Jim Shore Puppy. I am in the process of completing the stitches for Jim Shore Puppy. So, okay, so there's that. So this is on the perforated paper that came with the kit. See if this will work. Yeah. So this is on the perforated paper that came with the kit. And as you can see, the puppy is getting more and more filled in. So that is, I also worked on that this month. So for the Jim Shore Puppy, I have put in so far 260, give or take, of stitches of the 500 that I'm expecting to get done. So that I have put on my Whip Go goal. So he has about 250 more stitches to go in on him. And then that square will be done. And I believe the other square was a piece with beads. No, that was a project close to a finish. The other one was Princess and the Pea. Where is the one with beads? Mill Hill. Oh, so actually, the interesting thing is he's on here to the Jim Shore Puppy. I already put 500 stitches in on him in February. For the month of July, he was down here already, so I'm 250 stitches in on him in July. He was for the Mill Hill kit or ornament. So I'm about 260 stitches in on that one. Once I get done, I have another 500 stitches for the August, and then I'll be hopefully close to done with him. Then in July, the second square was another piece with beads. I haven't exactly decided what Mill Hill kit I'm doing for that yet. It might be Jim Shore Puppy, which means I might get him done, but I might not have enough stitches. Although I could just change the goal, because the goal is 500 stitches for that. So I have another 1,250 stitches to get done on the Mill Hill Puppy if I choose to use him for the other July square. But I may just pick a different Mill Hill kit. So he was one of the ones that I worked on so far this month. One of the other ones that I worked on this month was Doreen Jones Pattern Cats. This one may be going to camp with me. I don't know. I started this one last year at last year's Camp Got a Stitch in June of last year. And I put in about 360 stitches. No, 350, about 360 stitches. Put in 360 stitches on this. So you can see I got the head of the first cat and more of the black border and whatnot in there. It's pattern cats. And this is just on a piece of hand-dyed miscellaneous 22 count hardanger. I'm stitching this one strand over one full cross on 22 count, so it's going to be rather small. But I did get the cat's face in, so he's looking really cute. So I'm probably going to take this one to camp with me, and mostly probably spend a bit of time trying to get more color in on the cat. So there's that. That's probably going to be a camp project for me. So the other project that I worked on, there's two other projects that I worked on in this month. The next project was Saltwater Scrapbook by the Blue Flower and Lindy Stitches. I am stitching it just like that. So this was a collaboration piece by Lindy Stitches and the Blue Flower. And where I got to was I worked some on the boat up here. Got more of the boat square done. This is probably another piece that I'm probably going to take to camp because I think it's going to be an easy camp stitch to work on. So that's probably going, most definitely probably going with me to camp. This is in the bag. I forget who the bag came from, but this was part of the kit that you could order from Lindy Stitches when the patterns first came out. I got the project bag and the linen and everything. Make sure this gets back in here. And then the last project, the fourth project that I worked on so far in August was Liberty bowl fillers. This one I know I showed you back in July in the last video or the last couple of videos. This is the one from Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. Sorry, Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. I'm doing all three of them together in a row so I can make a pillow out of them. And here is where I got more of the dog finished on this. So hopefully that's in frame. But yeah, I got more of the dog in on this. So this is probably going to be one that I take to camp with me too because it's a quick stitch, quick and easy stitch. And I'll probably be able to get a good chunk of it completed at camp. It's not going to fit in that way. Let me get this in here so I don't lose it. Alrighty. And that is pretty much all I've stitched on so far in August. So in September, I will have another video for you, Shiv, giving you some updates on a couple of those projects because chances are likely I'm working on them at camp. That's pretty much all I have for you for stitching and whatnot. So coming up in September, as I said, there's a couple of things going on. I have the Drills and Chills diamond painting event. Also, for the Magazine Monthly Challenge group, they are doing AB Singo for 2024. 25 of the 26 letters of the alphabet are plopped into a bingo card. The only letter this year that is missing is Y, so there is no Y. And then you're just supposed to match your projects up as best you can to the letters. This is my AB Singo card so far. I still have to pick what projects are going in what. But I have Crossword, Jackalopian Tapestry, Needles Dance, Tulips Reswap, Princess and the Pea, Bewitching Owl, Enchanted Christmas Reindeer, Pandemic is on there twice, Fantasy Triptych, Saltwater Scrapbook, Pattern Cats is on there twice, Stained Glass Hello Kitty, Wreath Swap, which is the Stitching with the Housewives pattern with you're stitching the O and then you put them on a sign that says home or welcome. Then the Bald Eagle by Cottage Garden Samplings. That's one of the ones I think I'm taking to camp with me as well. So this is the Magazine Monthly Challenge AB Single board. So I'll be hopefully kind of concentrating on AB Singo for September. The acrostic for Magazine Monthly Challenge and the theme. The theme is back to school. The acrostic is carpool. I have not yet selected anything for that. The 24 Hours of Cross Stitch September acrostic is always learning because it's back to school. So I haven't yet picked out my stuff for that. I have a little bit of planning to do while I'm at camp this weekend. So that should be exciting. And then, just kind of plugging through the month of September. That's pretty much about it. So, I've been following the Black Needle Society for a while. And the Black Needle Society, they put out subscription boxes. I don't remember exactly if they're every quarter. I think they're every quarter. But they announced that they are doing Stitching with Downton, Seasons 1 and 2. So I joined up with Stitching at Downton seasons 1 and 2. I joined the Black Needle Society Stitching at Downton subscription or stitch along or retreat event going on next year. So the event is going to happen in April. I'm trying to think. Boxes are going to be shipped starting in March of next year, and the event is in April. I believe April 9th or 10th. And we can include themes and but this is a Downton Abbey themed retreat. So looking forward to participating in the Black Needle Society Stitching at Downton retreat for next year. That's kind of fun. That is pretty much it. So, Mom and I, as I said, Mom and I are heading to Camp Gotta Stitch tomorrow up in Berlin, Ohio. That should be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to it. It's been a long time coming. We haven't been to a retreat since April of this year, earlier this year. So we're looking forward to it. Coming up in October, I believe the first weekend in October, is the Fall Stitchin' up in Warren, Ohio. So Mom and I will be heading up there. And then the first weekend or two, I think it might even be the second weekend of November, Mom and I are going to Stitching in the Springs fall retreat again in Yellow Springs, Ohio. So we have Camp Gotta Stitch this weekend. We have the Fall Stitchin' hosted by the Western PA, Eastern Ohio Stitchers group on Facebook. And then we have Camp Stitching in the Springs, hosted by Valkyrie Stitchworks in Yellow Springs, Ohio, the Mills Park Hotel in November. So we're coming on the fall season and stitching retreat season for Mom and I, so we're looking forward to that. And I'm hoping as the weather cools down that everything will be cool. Boy, this video is going pretty fast, which is good. I haven't had a short video in a while. So, one of the things I wanted to show you, and I don't know where it went to. Did I even, is it in here? I don't know if I brought it in here. I don't know where I did it. Okay. Well, maybe I won't show you that. Maybe it's in here. It's in here. Okay, good. All right. So we're going to get into some haul. So one of the things, sorry about having to readjust, my chair is scooting out from behind me. One of the things that I'm going to be taking to Camp Gotta Stitch with me as a potential new start, Carolyn Manning, if you've watched my channel, you know that I really enjoy Carolyn Manning designs. I am stitching her Aquamarine Shooting Stars collection pattern because Aquamarine is my birthstone. She just came out with a new set of Shooting Stars quilt-based quilt-related type patterns called the Collective Noun Shooting Stars. She came out with a flamboyance of flamingos. Now this is coming out a little more red than it is, but it's actually more pinks and teals and blues. So I have this kitted up. I kitted this up about a week and a half ago. I went ahead and purchased this a couple of days after it came out. So I do have it already loaded into Pattern Keeper, ready to go. I will be stitching this on a piece of 22 count Hardanger fabric. This was dyed by Dreamer Bug Creations. This is dyed by the daughter of Sammy J. Stitches, Sammy Jo from Sammy J. Stitches. Her daughter was dyeing fabric for a little while over the last couple of years. And I picked this up at the Stitching in the Springs retreat, I believe in November, because I don't think Sammy was there in March. She might have been, but I don't think so. But this is the Dreamer Bug Creations. This is called Bow ou Belle, which is bow or bell. Bow ou Belle. And it's a really pretty kind of pink fabric. Now the flamingo pattern is going to take up, I think, pretty much all of this. And I did kit it up. So these are kind of the colors. So it's some kind of tealy blues and some reds and some pinks, some light pinks. Not reds, but pinks and some oranges or salmon colors. So this is gonna be the palette that I am stitching this on. I think it's gonna turn out really pretty. I realize the color isn't necessarily gonna show, but I wanted something that I could leave a border, a fabric border around it and still have it match. So I know it's full coverage, and usually full coverages, you don't necessarily need a hand-dyed fabric, but yeah, this is going to be a new start potentially this weekend. So you'll probably start seeing this in the future, in the near future. So that is part of my haul for you. If you're in the Be Stitch Me Fabric of the Month Club and you did not get your fabrics yet, I encourage you to kind of look away. I got the, I don't remember if, is this the August? The August Fabric of the Month came in. This is called Sandbar. Yes, this is August Fabric of the Month. I get the 40 count Verdal quarter yard. So this is called Sandbar. Look how pretty that is. And it is kind of it's kind of a tan, a little, not tan, but kind of a, it's got a brown hue underneath the blue. So it's like water on sand. And look at this. It's just very pretty. And I've been enjoying the Be Stitch Me fabrics. I am stitching my Cottage Garden Samplings Year in the Woods series on the Be Stitch Me fabrics. And they are stitching up absolutely beautiful. This fabric is so soft, so nice to touch. Smells really nice, and the colorways are just absolutely wonderful. So that is the August Fabric of the Month. I get 40 count Verdal. All right. All right. So that can go in my fabric bin over there. We also got the latest issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine. So this is the autumn 2024 issue. Remember, Just Cross Stitch this year changed the format of their magazine. It used to be every other month. It is now coming out quarterly. So every 3 months you get the next quarter's magazine. They are a little thicker because they come less often. But the other change that they made is it used to be you would only get the Christmas ornament issue included with your subscription. So instead of 6 issues, you'd get 7 issues. But now that they've dropped the regular subscription down to 4 issues quarterly, they have included your Halloween ornament issue as part of your subscription. So keep that in mind. If you have a Just Cross Stitch magazine subscription, you will be getting the Halloween ornament issue, which I believe most people already have. If not, you'll be getting it soon. One of the other things that I got was the next house in the Fabulous House series. I got the Lighthouse. I am collecting these. I don't know when I'll start stitching them, but they're really cute. I've been enjoying getting those. This is punch needle related, but I picked this up at Cross My Heart for 50% off on my last trip. This is Woolen Thread Designs punch-ups. It's called Bunny Blooms. The interesting thing about this is that the fabric that's in it, the weaver's cloth, is a dyed weaver's cloth. So the weaver's cloth on this is actually green, and I'm not going to show you the whole thing. Not going to show you the whole thing, but you can see that the pattern is partly printed on the fabric. The pattern is already printed on the fabric for you, so you just put it in your hoop and punch. And I did pick up the threads for this. I picked up the Weeks Dye Works and sampler threads for this. So these are the pretty spring colors that are in this lovely little piece that are going on this lime green fabric. So at some point in the spring, or maybe late winter, I will pull this out and punch it. So yes, this is Woolen Threads Designs Bunny Blooms. And it's got the Easter eggs. I thought those were really cute. But yeah, so you don't stitch basically the background on this at all. The buttons were not included, or were they? No, I don't think the buttons were included. You need to buy the Jabco buttons for it. I did not get the buttons. But anyway, so that is a new punch needle kit that I got over there. At the Half Price Bookstore, I picked up 3 issues of the Cross Stitch and Country Crafts magazine. This magazine is no longer in print. These were 50 cents or $1 a piece. There was a couple of things in these I've been collecting these magazines, and there was a couple of things in these issues that I thought might be kind of fun to stitch. I don't know if this one has it, or I just picked it up just because. That one has a quail in it. Yeah, that one wasn't really anything, but I've been kind of collecting this whole series. I don't know if I have these issues already. I may have them, but, you know, somebody out there may be looking for patterns in these issues so I can help somebody out. I thought this was good. This is N for Needlework. I thought that was really neat. There's a whole series of letters, but I thought this was cute with N for Needlework. It's called the Stitcher's Primer. This one was, yeah, that's pulling out of the magazine. So I just thought that was kind of cool. And then there is this one. So this one has a neat little pattern that I may end up stitching at some point. I am stitching the Amid Amish Life pattern that's from this. And this one kind of has a follow-it pattern. There was actually 3 parts to this. I don't know that I have all 3 parts, and I might already have this. But it's supposed to be the sampler down here. In this magazine, it's only the top part here. So you get what's there. And it's kind of along the same lines as Amid Amish Life. So, magazine's there. That is good. Let's go in here. Oh yeah. Another really neat thing, I was also at Half Price Books. Sometimes they have patterns for sale, and for $1 each, I got these Artisy patterns. This one is the Abstract Easter Egg. It's for $1. And this one, Mom's probably going to stitch this one before I do. This is Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And I paid $1 for these. So I got the 2 Artisy things. I figured for $1 each, why not? Those of you that have been watching for a while also know that I am part of the Shannon Christine Designs subscriber group on Facebook. And she releases patterns early to her subscriber book, her Facebook subscriber group subscribers. We pay $9.99 a month for the subscription to her subscriber group, and we get free patterns for release. This is the pattern that she just now released. It's called Autumn Drinks. It's really, really super cute. I think all of these would be fun to stitch on. I have 18 count. This is 18 count perforated paper. So I have that all ready to go. And I'm probably going to be stitching these individually so I can stand them up, you know, attach them to wood blocks and stand them up on perforated paper. I don't have this kitted up, otherwise I'd probably take this with me. Yeah, I don't have it kitted up. But I'd probably take this with me to camp if I would have had this kitted up. This would have been a cute camp project, actually. Didn't even really think about it. But anyway, I'm going to be doing that. I thought about, there was the cookie exchange. It was either the cookie exchange or the costume party by Hands On Design, I think. They had a tutorial on how to take your perforated paper and use stamp pads to color your perforated paper and make it mottled, make it the color you want. So I'm actually kind of thinking about maybe getting some brown ink pads. I have the brown ink pad, but getting some brown ink pads or getting some ink pads to decorate my perforated paper before I start stitching these. I think that would be just so cute. But that is a project coming up. And then I picked up some more Mo's Sale flosses. Mo's Sale had a sale of flosses a couple weeks ago, that as they do most weekends. This one is called Surprise. And this is kind of a red, white, and blue mottled mixture. I thought that was really pretty. It'd be nice for a patriotic thing. And this one is really pretty too. This one is called Italian Ice Cream. And these are 120 yard silk hanks. Italian Ice Cream. It's kind of like pinks, deep pinks, deep rose into brown. It kind of looks more orange on there, but really pretty. This is Italian Ice Cream. And surprise, fireworks. So, a couple of Mo's Sale flosses to add to my stash. And that is all I have for you today. It's 37 minutes. Getting ready to pack. So, a couple of things I kind of wanted to ask you. In the future, I've been thinking, oh, no, that's not all I have for you. That's not all I have for you. So, you know, I've been playing with melty beads or perler beads. And I've come up with a couple of other needle minders. This is I'm using my DMC metal container to store my needle minders because they all fit on this tray. These are the needle minders that I have come up with so far. So we have some of the newer ones. I was doing Stanley Cups, little Stanley Cup needle minders. And one of the other new ones, I have a little Totoro, Japanese anime. I have a No Face. These ones make me laugh every time. The F-Bomb. I have a Snoopy. Little Snoopy. It's cute. A softball. Some Star Trek communicators. Little LA Dodgers. Little symbol, because I'm a Dodgers fan. So this one is technically mine, but you know, if you're interested. And then I also have all the typical, like Starbucks and Tim Hortons cups, Dunkin' Donuts things, boba teas, Nintendo Switches, the Mickey heads, the Mickey character heads, and the Mickey Pride heads. I can pretty much get any character. I have the files and whatnot to do these in. I just received a huge order of the mini beads. So I have quite a few colors and quite a few beads now in stock that I could actually restock some of these. One of the other ones I came up with, though, is I saw this on a Facebook thing. It was a t-shirt. And I figured I'd have to do it because I like Hello Kitty. And if you see this, hopefully you'll know exactly what it is. So, this is quite a bit bigger than some of the other needle minders, but if you know, you know. If you don't know, ask in the comments and I will tell you what it is. But yeah, I saw this on a t-shirt and I just had to make one. So I will be putting the magnet on this and selling these as well, if you know what it is. And if you're interested, let me know, because I could probably actually make these in skin tone colors too. If it was in skin tone, you'd probably be able to figure it out. But if you can figure this out, just let me know. Because it's, yeah. All right. So that is my needle minder sets for you. I'm taking these to camp this weekend. I took these to Yellow Springs and the Spring Stitchin' in Warren, Ohio earlier this year. I've been selling my needle minders for $3, so if you're interested. So one of the things, a friend of mine at this Yellow Springs retreat in March, kind of caught wind that I was doing stuff with melty beads, and she brought me her entire set of melty beads. So thank you, Deb. Thank you for that. And I've been coming up with different ideas on things to do with them besides that. I have this idea. This is a little bobbin. So if you've seen those things people are using to park threads with on full coverage projects, I was hoping to kind of make something that you can wrap your parked threads on. So this is kind of a prototype that I'm going to be working on throughout the year to see if these even really work. The back, when I iron the back, I use a special ironing paper that makes them shiny. So the nice thing about these is you can take a Sharpie pen, and when you write on them in Sharpie pen, you see I said hello, they won't smudge. So they won't smudge with your normal finger, right? You can take hand sanitizer. I have this marshmallow pumpkin latte hand sanitizer. Don't need a whole lot. Just kind of, get the tip of your finger wet. Find that. And when you wipe it with the hand sanitizer, it wipes the ink right off. Kind of have to be careful though, because it will stain just a little bit. But yeah, you can, with a little hand sanitizer, you can wipe the Sharpie right off. And it doesn't affect these in any way. So I have about 10 or 15 floss drops that I'm making with the perler beads as well, that I'm testing out to see if they happen to snag any of the floss. But yeah, so these will be a really lightweight thing. I can make pretty much any design. And anyway, Deb, so this was from the mini beads, the really tiny 2.6 millimeter beads. And Deb gave me her stash of 5 millimeter melty beads or perler beads. And so I've been playing with an idea that I had. And I came up with these. Now, they look like coasters. You could probably use them as coasters, but I had different intentions. As you can see, there are little slits in them. And I had a couple of jars. So you have a mason jar. You can see the little feet. These sit right inside the jar lid, just like that. So they sit on the mason jars. And then you take your embroidery scissors. You slide them right in the slot. And you have scissor frogs. These are called frogs, flower frogs, in antique stores, because they're all made of glass, and they're for flower arranging. But this one is actually a little tall for these scissors, so these scissors actually hit the bottom. But if you have a taller mason jar, these are jelly jars. If you have a taller mason jar glass, will do the same thing. So this was the first design that I came up with, and it's pretty much just the width of the mason jar, this small mason jar. So the other night I was kind of playing. I was like, you know what? I need to come up with a design, a bigger design that would allow you to put your scissors on the outside of your jar. So this one is a 12 scissor frog, but it would hang on the outside of your jar just like that. So my needle minders are $3. I am going to be making these, the small round ones. You can see the difference. The small round ones with the 6 scissor spaces are going to be $4, and these larger ones are going to be $5. So the needle minders are $3, give or take. The small round one is $4. The large round one is $5. If you want a jelly jar to go with them, the jelly jars or mason jars. I have a couple of taller mason jars for a little taller scissors, and I know where I can get the taller mason jars that are typical mason jars. The jars are going to be $3. So these are just simple little mason jelly jars, and you have your flower frogs. But I will show you. Let me show you here. So you have your scissors. You stick your scissors in here, and they kind of keep your scissors upright. The idea is to keep your scissor points off the bottom, so your scissor points aren't dulling as they're being stored, and it just gives you a really pretty storage thing. And I can do all kinds of things. So like this is Ohio State Buckeyes with the Buckeye in the middle. This is the Ohio State Buckeyes with the block O in the middle. These two are the same. They're just brown, different tones of brown and tan. This is, what was that? Oh, it's that. This is a chocolate chip cookie. This is a donut. This is just a really pretty color in stripes. And then this, of course, is kind of a flower. It's got a flower design in it. So, yep. But these ones, these $5 ones, I could also do it, if you have a mason jar that has a little bigger outside, I can add a couple more rings and make these solid, make the inside solid, so you only have the 6 on the outside as opposed to the 6 on the inside and the outside. I can also put a big hole in the middle, so you can use the inside of your jelly jar or your mason jar. You can use it as an ort jar, an ort catcher. So you have your scissors on the outside, and you put your orts in the middle and keep your orts in your jar on the inside. It doesn't lock, so obviously, it's going to fall off your jar. But the little teeth that I've put on there, you see the teeth up under here? It'll keep it from being shaken around, but it won't keep it from falling out because they're not really tight. They're just intended to rest on top. But these are kind of nice because, you can stick your scissors in there, or you can stick your scissors on the inside, just like that. They're going to flop over a little bit, but yeah. So I have scissor frogs. So I'm going to be taking these to camp with me as well to see if anybody's interested in buying them. I have about 14 jars. I have like 11 or 12 of the jelly jars and a couple of the bigger jars that I'm taking with me. So I will have these for sale at camp. And I will also be bringing them to the Fall Stitch-In up in Warren, Ohio, and also Yellow Springs in November. So that is kind of what I'm working on using melty beads. So thank you very much. That is now all I really have for you tonight. It was a little bit of a longer video, but I got to show you some neat things. So hopefully another video will be coming out very early next week about Camp Gotta Stitch and our reviews of that. And I'll also be doing a diamond painting video to talk about drills and chills and my selection for that, and anything else that comes to mind. So thank you very much for stopping by. Hopefully you got something out of this video, and we will see you very soon, hopefully. So keep your head up and keep moving on, because that's all we can do. And we'll see you very soon. All right, you guys? Take care and stay out of the heat. And, oh, I forgot to tell you, too, I've been indulging in pumpkin spice everything. It's pumpkin spice weather, and I've been indulging myself. Pumpkin spice. I got pumpkin spice creamer and Keurig pumpkin flavored K-cup type things from various companies, and I've been making iced pumpkin spice stuff for drinking in the evenings. So I've been imbibing in pumpkin spice. So hopefully you're enjoying pumpkin spice. Blah 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 words. Hopefully you've been enjoying pumpkin spice season, because I have to. All right, so that's all I have for you tonight, and we will catch you soon. Again, keep your head up and keep moving forward. And yeah, we'll see you soon, all right? Take care. Bye.